my God, if what we have been told is true, and it makes sense that most extraterrestrial civilizations have weeded out the behavior of human beings, of war and jealousy and emotion, if they've taken all of that out of the system, so to speak, and it's a beehive mentality, and everything is gray and everything is bone colored, and you wake up and you go to the factory, or it's got this beehive mentality, and all of a sudden you find out Earth is somewhere in the galaxy that you could go to, the freak show of the Milky Way. I mean, I'm not even joking here. So, if I'm a gray alien in this beehive mentality, Zeta Reticuli number 2, I'm going to Earth. I'm going to the freak show. I mean, we kill each other over a $10 toaster on Black Friday. Are you kidding me?
Look. And
I'm not joking about what I just said. I firmly believe we are the crazy. We are the Carnival, crazy show of the universe.
We Earthlings do be up to some wild stuff sometimes. I can't deny that. It's pretty interesting to think about from the point of view of a species that has weeded out all of the maladaptive tendencies and has smoothed out the rough edges emotions bring into play. I bet we would look like a complete freak show to them. An unpredictable freak show with all 11 fingers on different triggers ready to blow this place up.
It's a place for, I'm not so sure they're non-human. I think there's just intelligence, and then the casing is kind of a meaningless designation.
There you go. I agree.
I don't think they're us from the future, because look, if you're outside time, that means nothing being in the future. They could be us from the past. Right. Now means nothing. So everything
could be from a parallel dimension, which means they're living right alongside us as far as time goes. So yeah, I agree.
Transhumans who can't transition back in the same way. Detransitioning is very damaging for psychopaths who transition to child.
Sure,
it's permanent damage from the bodybuilder. You're in wrestling. These things have been experimented with by bodybuilders and wrestlers, and they started giving them to kids. All those hormones. How many dudes that were on like trenbolone or something, and they got the emotions of a woman, even though they're jacked?
Oh yeah, not just the emotions of a woman. Just we were like, and I took steroids too. We were all like going through menopause.
Here's what I see through immediately with any alien. The alien said, "We better stop with our wars." Yo, assholes! Everybody voted stop, and they're not stopping. So what's this I didn't do none of that.
Right.
The leaders do it. Then they go to you. And they go, "Oh, look what you did, because you farted too much and you drove too far." But I didn't shed blood like that. But they put it on you.
Kurt has mentioned before, why are they abducting random civilians and lecturing them about wars and taking care of the Earth when they should be violating the behinds of political leaders and lecturing them instead? Because the average person isn't going to be able to put a stop to this.
And then somehow the advanced Anunnakis come and they go, "Oh, you're so bad. You guys are bad. You're from Mars. You're not even from here."
I'm not saying this I'm not patting myself on the back. I accidentally ran for president for the Libertarian Party in Iowa in 2022. They put my name on the list. I came in second. I am not bragging. I'm just saying I think this should hold water, what I'm about to say. Am I nuts? Seriously, am I crazy to believe that the way you stay in power is to be the most, to be a leader where your people are fed, they're happy, they're entertained, they're confident? It's kind of like the Middle East oil philosophy. Share the money, share the wealth. Everyone's got money, everyone's fed, everyone's healthy. No one's complaining. Instead of that, we have let ourselves devolve into this tribal warfare over. We've had democracy in this country for 250 years. Can we not get it right? What do we have Congress for? What?
Kurt kind of got talked over there, but what he mentioned is kind of important, that we have a republic and not a democracy, and somehow people have just repeated it enough in place of the right word that it's just kind of misunderstood and not pointed out enough. I remember as a kid when everyone started using "it's a free country" as an excuse, and to me, freedom has kind of always seemed like a psyop.
Why are we still debating basic functions of government? It blows my mind. And globally, I would think I would try and make every country in the world as economically viable and vibrant as I possibly could, so their culture is fed and happy and nurtured and
Right. Now
and
there's more
and and
people out
not
of control.
going into tribal welfare and looking at why is John Stewart so fat and happy in America and I want that. I thank God I don't get it anymore. And it's maybe just turn it off. I just I don't give a shit anymore. I really,
Yeah, well,
because I can't figure it out.
Here's what they're gonna do. Nobody has to go do anything crazy either. By the way, that 60s style of protest, everybody. I mean, the CIA came up with that bag.
It's the same. Oh my God. I'm so glad I'm on.
Like,
Thank
enough
you.
of this 60s
It's the
bullshit.
same rule, same playbook. They just flip a page.
And when you hear a vague message,
You heard about the hippie.
yeah,
The
of course.
hippie culture was CIA created it.
We might as well be China because all the generals' kids run here.
Right.
So
Oh God, so true.
all you got to do is not do left and right bullshit. You got to not, dude. I'm watching people. When you find out they like eat the kids, and then it's like, hey, it's Super Bowl. Are you gonna watch Bad Gay Bunny or Kid Pedo Rock?
It's crazy how easily distractible people are. I know a good amount of them are there because they want to be distracted and not burdened by reality. But so many things like the Super Bowl are so manufactured to me, it's impressive they still have the kind of appeal that people go for that. With as many niches and micro niches social media will throw at you, it already feels like everyone's in a different world. There's almost some ritualistic comfort to this meaningless pattern of unnecessary things becoming huge focal points that everyone has internet access to in one way or another. It just becomes small talk cannon fodder we blast at each other every time we pass by until the cannon fodder supplier changes, and I guess the last one ran out because everyone forgets.
Right. You could see the sheep. You could see him herding you into your dumb shithead pen again.
Right.
You go
holding their phones up. Like, I want to see your bad iPhone video of Bad Bunny when I can watch it for 4K on YouTube. I mean,
probably a reference to adrenochrome, the white rabbit, which has molecules that look like bunny ears. And then you got Kid Rock, who is a rich kid, piece of shit, that openly sang about what a pedo is. Oh, this is the biggest thing that has ever been released about America,
and it's not going away. If there's any intel people watching this, first of all, I'm almost done with the alien interview investigations. I'm here to tell you, this is not going away. This Epstein story is not. You are not going to distract us. The only thing the only possibility of it going away is if you have the disclosure of alien. People are going to still. You don't get around and get away with dead children. The people are not going to let it go away without retribution.
I think there's enough people deep enough into alien lore that I don't think something like that is shocking enough to blast away the memory of the craziest conspiracies people have ever heard ramblings of actually being true. Just saying, though.
I understand these aliens that are concerned for the environment, but I've never heard them say anything about all
They're certainly not right. They're certainly not. Well, they've got, allegedly, there is a code, a rule of non-intervention.
Except you can eat people's kids.
You can eat people's kids. You can you can take cows' hemoglobin and do things with it. You can turn nuclear sites on and off. You are interfering. Do whatever you want to do. But I mean, you don't say that you can't interfere. You are interfering.
You know, heard of the 9, right?
In what context?
Well, it pops up all the time. Dr. Puharich and then Gene Roddenberry in a seance contacted the 9. It pops up a lot about these observing being. Well, read Dissipation of the Darkness. It's free. Mark Windows, turn me on to it. It's a guy explaining the origin of Masons, which is not what you've heard. He claims that it's from 43 AD, Herod Agrippa, the one who died being eaten by worms and axed while he was boasting. Turns out historically he was good friends with Caligula, real close with Caligula, and sigilite. He liked sigil magic. And he formed a secret society because Christianity was spreading so quickly. I view it as populism. They hate populism because the message is like, instead of this bullshit, why don't you look at your lizard leaders? And they don't like that.
To me, it sounds like maybe tides were turning and the group in control was losing control. So people got together to design a new control system.
Right. So they had to counteract it. And they were Babylonian black magicians, Agrippa, the whole family of pieces. That's why they had the 3 wise men hunting down Christ to kill him. The Magi were not the good guys. They're being guided to go. These people do astrology wars at each other. That's why they got to change your birth dates. Because if you're in a good enough family with this dark shit, You know that someone's going to be born that's going to fuck with your plan. It's not. This is a repeating theme. Okay, so they Herod Agrippa. He formed a group based on Solomon's bullshit temple. You know, because the Star of David, that's not from the Bible. The Magid David, that's the seal of Solomon. That's magic shit. And it's from Czechoslovakia or something, or Bulgaria when they first got that from the king. Because that's Kabbalah shit. That's what he was, a Babylonian Kabbalist or something. And so they formed a secret society called the Masons, and they called themselves the mysterious force to counteract this Christian shit that was taking over. Because keep in mind, this is still a Jewish sect, right? It wasn't, people are looking at like how Christianity now. And he called their group the Nine. He called their group the Nine. 1825, the Nine. So my buddy Nathaniel Gillis, if you watch Steve Mera, they talk about, Nathaniel Gillis has a book coming out about necronetics or something about, he thinks there's a group of necromancers because historically the implant and the sigil goes back a long way. And it's a way of compressing an entity, its intent. So, you know, you got your three-part soul, right? So I got the sigil. I get you to focus on that. I'm just now a plasma blob behind you, but I could hijack your senses to look like whatever. And if you've been groomed by movies and TV, I have a pattern I can use to hijack your senses to make you see what I want. And you're looking at the sigil, and I just don't have the chariot. I need your body. And that's why they're encouraging people to do seances and see. It's the same bullshit from the 1800s. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying demons or aliens. I think it might be time to come up with new words for stuff myself.
Right.
What in the world, man? Necromancers using sigils? That Nathaniel guy he's talking about, who some people call Smart Shane because his last name is Gillis, is really knowledgeable about this stuff. So I would honestly like to see Kurt have him back on and talk more about the necromancer end of things. The first time he was on, they talked about the sigils, but unless I'm wrong or don't remember, I don't think they talked much about what or who was making the sigils appear. Maybe it sounds crazy, but I don't think this is entirely dismissible. I do think we're in need of some more accurate words, though. Next, Kurt's going to run through a few super chats. If you're enjoying this, throw me a like on the video. It helps a lot.
Happy Black History Month. Thank you. Dr. Delbert Blair talked about a Sphinx on Mars. That's why I stopped believing in aliens, because there's a million aliens, but no black ones. There's a race called, I'm not making it up, look it up, Yaphet Kotto, the actor, says he was abducted by the tall blacks. Now, look, when you read it, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Okay, no black ones in the entire universe. No, there are, but their disguise was trying to look black because they... Anyway, good point. Watch Serious Times Media. Okay, my loosh has been activated. I hope I didn't traumatize you, because that's how you activate it. You receive TA blah, blah, blah with Al Borealis. He brought receipts detailing the post-war Nazi networks, talked about the spider, Die Spinne, maybe related to the octopus in his research. No, I will definitely look that up. I'm all into COG because that's the big secret one. That's what's under Denver Airport, the future capital if there's a nuclear war. Liberal.
A couple of times,
look at the Brotherhood. Their secret is every human brain transmits and receives energy like a radio tire, co-creative. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's not just you manifest whatever. There's a lot of people here. It's a little bit more democratic in that. We all have a consensus reality. That's why people have to buy like a media to have a plane of cause.
Okay.
Right? So it's occultic. You just have a newspaper if you're inclined that way, because now you can put your intent into the newspaper, and in the plane of effect, you can have a war. Okay. Corp, when I see the others wearing my great grandma's face when I die, how do I get the other way and take the other option? I don't know, because I'm what's called profane and a Cowan, meaning I just barge into these secret people's stupid shit and tell everybody what I find. So I have not been initiated, unless you count life, which I do. Okay. Grew up in gifted and talented. ET and AI narratives cover up our own innate abilities. I think there's a lot of series. I think, like I said, somebody's rerun a few times. And, the Bible they give you to me is like the Epstein binder. They legally have to give you enough of it to get the idea, but they cut a lot out because they're pricks. And if you
totally agree with that,
your diligence to get whatever's valuable out of it, because you're run by, I don't know, lizards.
There's like 10 missing gospels that should have been in the Bible. So, I mean, come on.
I can remember around the time I found out about the missing books in the Bible. It made me distrust the Bible as a whole, because I feel like you just removed the things I should be aware of that you don't want me to for some reason. It casts even more doubt on what we did get after all the translations and different variations, and if that's even accurate to begin with. I couldn't even get to trusting the accuracy or truth of the Bible because I didn't trust the people that got it through time all the way to me. It's interesting to think about. But check out this next crazy idea.
Taking your DNA back in time, being the progenitor of human Homo.
And I've heard people say shit about some of these fuckers have sent their DNA back to try to say they made all mankind and were in their image.
Somebody's sending their DNA back in time so they could be the architect of the world.
Right. And then I think it's not going how they want, and they keep rerunning it. Whoever has that.
That is a really interesting premise. Taking your DNA back in time, being the progenitor of human Homo sapiens sapien on Earth.
You know, Dr.
So you're God.
Because that's the goal of these tech people is like, so my friend,
no doubt about it.
Yeah,
no
my
doubt
friend's
about it.
talented comic, very funny guy and really good writer too. But he lives in Colorado, and I go, he goes, yeah, no, I know a lot of Satanists. They're like, oh, I'm really cool, and I'm like, are they? Sam's very good, and, by the way, very talented. I'm like, well, he goes, they don't worship Satan. It's just about like you can be your own God. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what the world. That sounds great when you put it like that, Sam.
Right.
That's what we don't have enough of. People that think they are God. And I know what he means, because a lot of people go, if you don't have any belief system of any kind like that, you're like, oh, it's just some showmanship.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm doing an occult thing, dude. This is what Crowley would do. He has all these writings that I smugly dismiss because he's like, oh, I was invisible because I walked around in Morocco with a purple turban and cape on and no one would look at me. And I'm like, well, I think I know why, Alistair, they wouldn't look at you. But then I understand the genius of it. The whole goal is you look over here. I want you looking over there. I want you looking, you know? So you just draw the eye of a human, and that's the whole, that's 99% of magical shit. The thing is, you get enough of us together doing that and focus us, you could change reality, apparently.
Thanks for watching and making it all the way to the end of the video. Check out the links in the description for ways to support the channel. Take it easy and stay tapped in. I'll see you next time.